Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we have a new video by Project Veritas, and if you guys don't know who they are, they're pretty much undercover journalists who expose different political and media groups. They've exposed CNN, the Washington Post, and this time they released new footage from the Bernie Sanders campaign. Now, the guy in question who says all this crazy shit that you guys are about to see is a field organizer for, like I said, the Sanders campaign named Kyle Jurek. He says a lot of insane things, but I figure I'll let him do the talking because I think that's the best way for you guys to get the full message of what he's saying.
So if Trump gets reelected, what?
Cities burn.
Do you even think that some of these, like, MAGA people could even be re-educated?
I mean, we gotta try. I mean, in Nazi Germany, after the fall of the Nazi Party, there was a shit ton of the populace that was Nazified. And Germany had to spend billions of dollars re-educating people to not be Nazis. We're probably gonna have to do the same thing here. And that's kind of what Bernie's like, hey, free education for everybody, because we're gonna have to teach you not to be a Nazi. There's a reason Joseph Stalin had gulags, right? And actually, gulags were a lot better than what the CIA has told us that they were. People were actually paid a living wage in gulags. They had conjugal visits in gulags. Gulags were actually meant for re-education. The greatest way to break a billionaire of their privilege and their idea that they're superior, go out and break rocks for 12 hours a day. You're now a working class person, and you're gonna learn what that means, right?
Bernie doesn't get the nomination, or it goes to the second round at the DNC convention. Milwaukee will burn. It'll start in Milwaukee, and then when the police push back on that, and other cities,
and if your speech is calling for the elimination of people based on race or gender or religious, for whatever reason, things that people can't change, then you should expect a violent reaction. And you deserve a violent reaction.
Be ready to be in Milwaukee for the DNC convention. We're gonna make 1978 look like a Girl Scout cookout. The cops are gonna be the ones that are getting beaten in Milwaukee.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here, but I first want to make it clear that this obviously does not represent all Bernie supporters, nor do I believe Bernie himself believes any of this either. Most Bernie supporters, I believe, are, genuine people. I just happen to disagree with their solutions. That's completely fine. With that being said, though, I do hope Bernie condemns this guy and fires him, because everything he says is just straight up wrong. It doesn't make any sense, and it really makes the Bernie campaign and all the supporters look like a bunch of closeted anarchists. Not a good look in my opinion. Now, the first point this guy makes is about re-education, comparing Trump supporters to Nazis. Once again, the typical leftist comparison that Trump and his supporters are literally Hitler. Although I don't recall being sent into a concentration camp, nor do I remember Trump exterminating 6 million people based on religion. But anyway, he goes on to say that this is why we need free college, basically to re-educate people, which is exactly my problem with government-run education. I'm sure there are supporters of Bernie and Bernie himself who want free college to help people get more educated. I get that. However, I still believe that a lot of politicians and, cultural Marxists want free college not for the purpose of pursuing knowledge, but for social engineering. There's a big difference. There's a great book about compulsory education that talks about this. It's called Dumbing Us Down. I just want people to realize that I would not place that kind of faith in the state to educate us. Schools, especially in Nazi Germany, were used to brainwash young German kids, so I've never agreed with this idea that the state should be in charge of knowledge and teaching, especially for free college, because it's a slippery slope. You can either, have free education and actually make it, pursuing knowledge, but at the same time, there's also a big risk that at the end of the day, it's just going to be for social engineering, which is what I'm not a fan of. Now, the next crazy point this guy makes is defending gulags, because they weren't that bad, right? Well, gulags were forced prison labor camps in the Soviet Union. I don't know what this guy is thinking, but these are not the Four Seasons Hotel, okay? Prisoners are going to be working there for the entire day, mostly in overcrowded spaces, sometimes in sub-zero temperatures, very little clothing, there are hardly any safety precautions, very little food. I don't know, I wouldn't really call it, a 5-star hotel. I wouldn't really want to live there, nor would I really defend it at all, because they were, terrible places to live in. And I don't know what this guy means by being paid a living wage. Like, I actually tried to do some research into that, and I could not find anything for prisoners being paid a living wage, so I don't know what he's talking about there. And I'd rather just be let free of the gulag. I don't really need to be paid a living wage. I'd rather just be set free, because I wouldn't want to live there in the first place. But this guy is the Soviet historian, right? Now, this guy pretty much implies also that billionaires should be put in gulags to break their privilege. This guy is literally stripped from the Stalin regime to educate people he doesn't agree with. I mean, how insidious is that? Why are we putting billionaires in gulags? I would never put someone I disagree with or someone I envy in a gulag. That's just absurd and pretty malicious in my opinion. Now, in the last part of the video, Kyle goes on to reveal his hidden anarchist, saying that Milwaukee will burn if Bernie doesn't win the nomination. And look, I know the last election Bernie was robbed of the nomination, but to use this as an excuse to go destroy towns, like, I don't understand how this guy can rationalize this position, but he's obviously completely brainwashed by some new cultural Marxist philosophy, which is just a shame, because he's giving the Bernie supporters a bad reputation, and the campaign also a bad reputation. I would never want a town to burn just because my political candidate of choice didn't make the nomination. It's just completely absurd, and I don't know how people start believing this stuff. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the video today. Again, I don't think this represents the majority of Bernie supporters, because every group has their bad apples, but at the end of the day, it's still fun to point out how insanely dumb this guy is. So that's gonna be it for the video today, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. But with that being said, guys, take care, and I'll see y'all later.